Alright guys, we are still down here, not back down here. We're gonna shoot the third powder test. We shot the first powder test, we did a second powder test, and then we did a seating depth test on the best group out of the second powder test because it was a under half-inch group. It was a .336. A group like that, I'm always going to test what I can on that. And I still may go a little bit further on that. I may go to, because it did not like touching the lens, I can already tell that. So I may go out to like maybe 50 or 60 thousandths off the lens, see if anything happens there. But yeah, it shot great around 20 and 25 thousandths off the lens. Shot really good. So we are shooting the seating depth, we are shooting the third powder test. The loads for today, 39.8, 40.1, 40.4, 40.7, and 41.0. And we're gonna do, we're also gonna do a 5-shot group of some gold medal match, just to warm up the barrel. Which is the 168 grain Sierra Match King Federal gold medal match. So that's what we're going to shoot. If anybody's new to this load, it's all Varget shooting CCI BR2 primers, and we are 3 times fired brass, alpha brass. And yeah, Varget powder, that's it. So let me get everything all hung up and we'll get the show on the road. Alright guys, everything's all hung up. We are ready to go. I'm going to do the gold medal match after, at the end, because the gun's already warmed up, because we shot the seating depth test just a little bit ago. The barrel's still warm, so I just want to get going on the powder test. That way the sun, we have plenty of light to do the powder test, and if I got to shoot the 5-shot group of gold medal match at the end, when it's a little bit dusk, I'm fine with that. Alright, so 39.8 is the first group. I'm looking forward to seeing what the SDs and ESs are on this, because this is the first loads from the Charge Master, RCBS Charge Master. So the top row for you guys, and it's the second dot in, because we ended the second powder test off on the first dot. $24.98. Everything looks good. Primers are still rounded at the edge, and I'm seeing no pressure signs, so might have just been a fluke on the ending the second powder test off. I don't know, because the very last load on the second powder test, I was seeing minor spot where the ejector is. $24.74. $25.16. 2483. So either the rest of those bullets went over the top, or 4 out of the 5 went through almost the same hole. I'm not quite sure. I can't see. 2492. Okay, so we had an average of 2493, an SD of 14.1, an ES of 41.5. God awful. Oh well. Hopefully it gets better from here. Brass looks good so far. I'm moving on. Alright, moving on to 40.1 grains. $24.76. Brass looks good. $25.01. Brass looks good. I rushed that shot just a little bit, but it didn't seem off in the scope at all, but brass looks good. Rounded primer. Just seeing where the ejector is sitting, but it's not lifting up any burrs, or it's not, you can barely see it. 2506 was that one. That felt like a perfect shot. 2526. All looks good. $24.97. Brass looks good. Alright, so we have an average of 25.01, an SD of 16.2, ES of 50.4. Alright, moving on. Moved on to 40.4. Oh, sun is right in my eyes. That's freaking perfect, man. $24.93. So that was $24.93, just in case you couldn't hear me. $25.49. Everything looks good. 2519. That bullet went right through the first bullet hole. Still about the same. I'm just seeing a little bit brighter spot where the ejector is. Not bad. Not getting any worse. $24.93. $2,500. Alright, let's move on. Alright, last two groups here. Moving on to... oh shit, I didn't even read off the... okay, so 2511 was the last load. So an average FPS of 2511, a SD of 21.4, and a ES of 56.0. Man, just getting worse on that. Alright, so moving on to 40.7. And we are bottom row, furthest dot to the left. $25.69. Primers aren't getting any worse. Still just the same coloring where the ejector sits. And it looks good. Barrel's just now starting to get warm. Almost 50 shots in, and I've only taken maybe a 10-minute break or maybe 20-minute break changing targets. 25-22. Looks good. Squirrel. Could have practiced my running shots. $25.60. Looks good. Damn. 25-12. It's getting blurry. The scope is, I don't know if it's Mirage or what, but it's got to be Mirage because that freaking the dot turns from a dot to just a freaking blob. I was wondering if it was my eye just like dilating in and out or something wrong, or I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. 25-12 was the last one. Going for the last shot. 2519. Alright. Oh, almost did it again. Alright. Yeah, it's almost like it's my eyes, because I'm not able to see the chronograph anymore. 2536 is the average, a 23.4 SD, and a 56.6 ES. Hey, we almost matched the ES of the last one perfectly. At least I'm consistently sucking. That makes me sleep better at night. Yeah, I'm extremely happy at sucking this bad. Alright, moving on to the last group. Alright, moving on to 41 even. As long as I can still see down there, we'll do the federal gold medal match as well. Alright, 2570. And brass looking the same. So, like I was saying in the reloading room, it does move on, you know, pressure signs come on gradually, so like I was thinking it might get a tad bit worse, and it has, but I figured it wouldn't, you know, get to the point where I'd have to stop. And yeah, I'm still seeing barely any pressure signs. Everything looks good. Well, that shot was real low. Felt good though. That bolt just stuck a little bit on that one. I might need to lube it though. Might not be... I don't really lube the bolt much at all anyways. I'll hit the lugs a little bit, and I'll hit the raceways with just a drop of oil, and that's it. That's all I do. 2597, if I didn't say it. $25.40. That one went smoothly back though, so could be just the need a couple drops of lube. $25.58. Last shot. Alright, 2553. SD of 2564. So we are getting close to 2600. Yeah, 2564. An SD of 19.1 and an ES of 56.8. Hey, look at that. Our last ESs 56.0, 56.6, and 56.8. Consistently sucking. That's awesome. Alright guys. I can still see down there, so let's get a quick 5-shot group of gold medal match, and we'll go from there. Alright, let's get, before we lose any more light. So this is gold medal match with the Sierra bullet. It's 168 grain, so same grain weight we were shooting with the Hornady. One, two, three, four, five. We'll do a 5-shot group. Where am I going to put this? Alright, we'll go to the next dot over. Let's reset everything. Might as well get a full reading on it. Alright, 5 shots of gold medal match, 168 grain Sierra Match King boat tail hollow point. It's GM308M is the it's older gold medal match. Let's see how good the SDs and ESs are on this. This bullet is almost identical to the Hornady, or the one we were just shooting. .2671. Yeah, I gotta lube up that bolt. I want to make sure I separate this brass, because I want to, in case I ever want to reload some of this brass, I know it's shot out of this gun, so I'm going to keep this box strictly for this gun. I don't know what the other brass got shot out of. Probably this gun, because I haven't had a 308 in a while, so. Alright, let's move on here. .2655. .2651. .2664. .2635. Federal gold medal match. Alright, so we have an average of 2655, an SD of 12.6, and an ES of 36.9. Hey, that beat all of my last powder test, SD and ES. Beat every single SD I had and ES I had. Didn't beat the seating depth test though, but the last powder test, it beat that hands down. Alright guys, I'm gonna get picked up here. We're losing daylight, so I'm gonna get all picked up, and we'll go take a look at everything up at the bench here. Alright guys, we are back up at the bench. We just got done shooting the powder test, so let's check out the groups. This is powder test 2 and 3 in one paper, but all the ones up here in the top L here are last powder test. So first one was this one right here, and it's 39.8 grains. We're looking at not bad really. Furthest one's away about 0.777. Let me write that down. And that was an average of 24.93. We went up pretty steady, you know, velocity wise. Went from 24.93 to 25.01, 25.11, 25.36, and 25.64. There was no up and down. It steadily went up. Next one is this one. Make sure you guys can see this. These two are our furthest. 0.612. That was 40.1 grains, and it was 25.01. Next one is this one. It was 40.4 grains. This one kind of got scattered. I mean, this isn't the smallest group right here, but at least it stayed, you know, stayed together pretty well. It wants to group. This one freaking scattered. You know, I don't like groups that look like this because, you know, you can just tell it doesn't really want to group, and it's kind of all over the place. A little bit of that is obviously me, but 0.742. I don't know if you guys can see that, but 0.742. Let me write that down. And that was 40.4, and we were at 25.11 for velocity. Next one is this one down here. That's 40.7 grains. You can tell this one wants to group too. There's two through one hole here, two through, you know, pretty much through one hole. Made the hole a little bigger, but two through this one, two through this one, and one that kind of wandered a little bit. I don't really know how to measure this group. I think these two are probably the two furthest ones away, maybe. It's either these two or these two. No, it's these two. So we're looking at, hey, almost freaking half-inch group. 0.584. And that was, like I said, 40.7 grains, and we hit 25.36 for velocity. And our last group of the day, well, for hand loads at least, was this one and another one that looks ugly as hell. Just, you can tell, doesn't want to group. It's 41 grains even. I think these two are the furthest. Still under an inch, but barely. 945 is what I'm seeing. 0.945, and we ended off at an average of 25.64 for the day. And yeah, all across the board, not good chronograph numbers. You know, our best was, I think, yeah, 14.1 was our best SD for the day. So yeah, I don't know, all garbage really. I don't think it's the Chargemaster, but not off to a good start either way with the Chargemaster. We'll get some better. That Varget's getting to the very bottom of it. It's been through freaking humidity and hot and cold, so I don't know if that has anything to do with it or not either. So either way, I got to get some more Varget anyways. We're starting to run out. I got enough to probably do another. Oh, I got a damn bat flying at me. It's a big ass moth. I got enough to do another. No, I don't think I'm gonna do any more powder tests. I'm gonna end it there. Yeah, we ended up at 25.64. I'd like to hit 2600, but I mean, we didn't gain on any pressure signs. It didn't get any worse, so I mean, I could go higher, but I just don't see it getting any better. Either way, last group of the day was some gold medal match, which in all, which funny thing about that is ended up being our best SD, not our best group, but our best SD and ES of the day. Ended up being factory ammo. So yeah, the gold medal match. Sorry, my wife was leaving here, so had to go say bye to her. I don't remember if I got this measured and told you guys or not. Either way, we're sitting at 854, not bad for factory ammo. Reckon under an inch, you know, I'm happy with that with some factory. Let me see here, where am I writing that? Alright, powder test, 0.854. So yeah, brass. I'm sure you guys want to see that. So this is the highest charge, and like I told you guys, it didn't get any worse than what. Zoom you guys all the way in. So that's what I'm talking to you guys about, where you're starting to see a little bit of a, you know, but it's not very shiny. It's just a little bit of one. It's just where the extractor hits, and you're starting to eject the, you know, eject the round. But no burrs, no. I mean, you still got rounded edges on the primer. You still got, you know, it all looks good. The brass looks really good. Pressure signs didn't get any worse at all. Let me see if there's. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to see. I'll show you all of them here. So you can see just a shiny little swipe on a couple of them, but it's not that bad. I think that's the worst one of them all. It actually got a little more shiny than right there at the bottom of my fingernail. Actually, no, that's light, so never mind. Yeah, I don't know. It's not bad. Either way, it's not bad enough, so I wouldn't even go up a little further. It's just when I tell you guys, like, I'm starting to see minor pressure signs, that's what I'm talking about. Like, it's not a small burr, it's not, you know, it's when I start seeing where the ejector is basically when, you know, when I start telling you guys, okay, I'm starting to see pressure signs. Or not starting to see pressure signs, I tell you guys I'm starting to see minor pressure signs is what I say. And that's what I mean by minor, is you just starting to see where the, you know, where the extractor is, ejector is, and it's basically just camming over the bolt. That's where the ejector's sitting. And that's it. That's basically it. Next is probably a finalized test. We shot the seating depth test on the best group. Ended up being a couple good ones in there. 10 off the lands. Ended up being a really good group, but still didn't quite beat the original group, 0.336. 10 off the lands was 0.3 something. 0.378, so it's pretty much right around the same thing. I might finalize the load at 20 off the lands anyways, because 25 and 20, 25 thousandths off the lands ended up being pretty small as well, and I think that might be the range. I might go a little bit more, 25 thousandths up to maybe 50 thousandths off the lands, just to see if it opens up, or just to see what it does. But I may do that, but I'll probably load up a few finalizing groups, maybe 5 round groups at 20 thousandths off the lands. 20 thousandths off the lands at 39.2 grains. And I'll probably do that. See how all 5 groups shoot. 5 groups of 5. And go from there. And if all 5 of those groups shoot really good, I don't really care that I'm at 2460, 2500 feet per second. I don't really care that I'm that low. If it shoots a good group, great. Now if it's sporadic, then I might switch things up a little bit more. But either way, guys, I appreciate it. If you guys can hit the like button, I would appreciate that a lot. If you guys want to see more of this, then subscribe. That helps me out too. And yeah, I don't know. There'll be more 308 coming up, and there'll be more 22 Creedmoor coming up too. I'm not done with that. I'm just I just took a break from 22 a little bit to get some 308 out there. And once I finish up this 168 grain, I'll probably switch back to 22 Creedmoor, get some bullets, because I'm really antsing to get those burger bullets on the 22 Creedmoor. But yeah, either way, I appreciate it, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.